So Europe has been a bit out of favor from investors relative to the U.S. Even if European growth may be slower than the U.S., as investors, it's also about price. You know, where is that price relative to other markets? And there's still some legacy distress. In Europe in particular, we've been big investors in Spanish housing, where we saw a large decline like the U.S. market, where prices fell sharply. There was very little new building, and there was a strong recovery in the Spanish economy. So we've seen that. We also think in Europe, interest rates are likely to stay lower for a longer period of time, which is one of the headwinds here in the United States. And there's just not as much competition in certain areas, large-scale private equity, real estate. We found the investment environment on balance a little bit better. But again, U.S. economic growth certainly stronger than Europe today.
Are you concerned at all about Brexit? Is it in any way sort of delaying investment, in particular in the U.K.?
Yeah, Brexit, I would say, unfortunately, has had an adverse impact on economic growth in the U.K. We are long-term bulls on the U.K., given the rule of law, transparency, English language, tons of great talent there. But by creating the level of uncertainty that exists today, there's really, there's a bit of a vacuum, and people are concerned about what the rules are going to be going forward. And you can see it in the numbers, which is, if you went back pre-Brexit, the UK was growing 100 basis points faster than continental Europe. I think in the last year, it's almost 100 basis points slower. And so we would be in the camp of more along a soft Brexit, something that allowed a more seamless transition. Something more abrupt, I think, could slow growth even more.
You mentioned Spanish housing. Blackstone also, I think, the largest owner of office buildings in India, largest owner, well, through Invitation Homes, of individual homes in the United States. Let's start with Spanish housing. You still like it? You're not a seller there yet, or are you still buying?
No, we're still buying. You know, we generally look for things where there's a favorable supply-demand fundamental. And if you look at Spanish housing, you look at U.S. housing, construction is well below what it needs to be to keep up with population and household formation. And when that occurs, you see better than inflationary growth. So short answer, Spain, we would continue to invest in.
For the foreseeable future?
For the foreseeable.
Regardless of?
And there's still a legacy. There's still lots of real estate there held by the banks that needs to be transitioned to private ownership. Because it's been held by the banks, there hasn't been capital investment. We say our motto is buy it, fix it, sell it. There's a lot of stuff in Spain that still needs to be fixed.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.